Hey there, and welcome back to Mass Effect 3. My name is Pete, and today we complete another episode of our Insanity walkthrough, as we continue and hopefully also wrap up our grand tour through the Citadel. In the last episode, we already completed a big chunk of that. We spoke to familiar faces like Miranda Lawson and Thane Krios. We went to the Purgatory nightclub and agreed to help Aria unite the mercenary gangs. And together with the Spectre Jondum Bau and Master Thief Kasumi Goto, we began our investigation of a Hanar Diplomat who we suspect of being indoctrinated by the Reapers. And that is actually also where we continue with today's episode, as we have another one of those terminals to hack to find out more about our target.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select a destination.
And that terminal is located in the holding area, so let's take our very first trip over there.
One moment, please. Now arriving at Docking Bay E-24, emergency civilian housing.
Bau, Olun's doing some heavy lobbying for the Hanar to support the war effort.
So he's clearly not indoctrinated. Who's opposing him?
An unnamed Hanar recently posted here from Kage. I'll check transit records for incoming Hanar.
It all comes down to the war, and you trying to pull everyone into it.
Would you rather the Reapers win?
No. And I owe you for getting KG's grey box back from Hawk. But I can't do another collector base, Shep. The Reapers aren't people. I can't infiltrate a Reaper party and steal a big I win bomb.
Alright, so we have made some progress, but the quest is not completed just yet.
You can't turn people away.
Yes, we can. Tell your friends to move their ship out of the docking bay.
Wait, please. My family's on board. Just let them land. I'll pay.
This isn't about money. The wards are already at capacity for refugees. There's just no room.
You let Asari in here earlier.
That's back when we had space.
Where is my family supposed to go?
I don't know, all right. But they can't land here.
You know, if that ship doesn't clear out, the dock's authorized to fire.
Right. We'll follow through if the situation forces us to.
But they're civilians.
And they're keeping military ships from doing their jobs. I'm contacting Docking Central. If that ship isn't shoving off in 30 seconds...
Don't fire! I'll tell them to go.
I hate this. There's just not enough space for everyone.
And yes, this might seem a bit cruel, but it is the right choice to make if we want to maximize our war assets. Supporting the refugee would have actually earned us a small penalty in that regard.
Hello, Commander Shepard. Welcome to Docking Bay E-24. This level has been repurposed to accommodate the recent influx of civilians on the Citadel. Please ensure that you observe proper security protocols at all times while in this area.
Right, so as usual we can learn a bit about the area that we're in, but this time we also want to inquire about the other Citadel areas, as that will open up another short but interesting dialogue option.
How many people are stranded here?
Any personal information pertaining to residents of these facilities cannot be revealed without prior authorization. However, be assured that the facilities allocated by Citadel Council are more than adequate for current requirements.
Adequate?
Absolutely. Furthermore, relocations requests are being given top priority. The Citadel is dedicated to ensuring optimal solutions for all.
Can you tell me about the security protocols you mentioned?
Due to the high influx of civilians and new streamlined processing measures, travel from this area is carefully monitored. These are merely precautionary measures to ensure the safety of permanent Citadel residents.
What else is in the area?
This high-security docking area was formerly reserved for Alliance Embassy deliveries. However, Councilor Udina recently put forth a council motion that it be converted to accommodate civilian emergency housing.
So how did the council react?
The motion passed with unanimous approval. Since then, all major races have contributed to the funding required to maintain this area.
Any other important areas I should know about?
The Normandy is currently docked in D-24, which is tagged to your biometrics. If you wish to contact your species' official Citadel representative, please go to Citadel embassies. For medical needs, the Presidium offers leading-edge care at the Huerta Memorial Hospital. The Presidium Commons have been a cultural mainstay since the Council was first established at the Citadel.
Do you have any information on Purgatory?
The term purgatory is present in many civilizations with varying associated uses and meanings.
No, the bar called Purgatory.
The Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board has no establishment by that name on its list of approved nightlife entertainment facilities.
So a very diplomatic answer here, showing us that the Purgatory nightclub is definitely not on the approved list, and considering who we met there last episode, that might be understandable.
Thanks, Avina.
Please speak with me again if you require further assistance.
And now, moving on, we can once again listen to a short conversation.
Excuse me, what was your name again?
Dakar.
Christophe Vasseur. Good to meet you. How long have you been here?
I don't know. I'm not in there.
I don't know how long it was since I escaped Lyon. Do you know Lyon?
No.
Lyon is on Earth, a beautiful city. You should visit. I was on my boat when, boom, the sky went black, dust and ash. A giant metal wall rushed down. I fell into the river.
Do you humans ever stop talking?
When I climbed out, I heard screaming. The metal wall started to move and I realized it was a leg. Only one of the Reaper's legs. Can I ask, where were you when the Reapers...
Would you shut up?
I'm sorry?
I don't want to hear it. You humans think you had it rough? You know what happened on Karshan?
My apologies. I thought, since your homeworld...
Stop! Just stop! I wasn't on Karshan when Reapers came. I was above it.
A ship?
Weather satellite. You're getting weird readings. I'm network admin, so I went up to check the hardware. I'm unscrewing the panel when the radio goes quiet. But I noticed these red dots on Karshan. Thought I'd just stare into the sun. Then I saw the smoke. Reaper ships.
Bastards.
Right, and that's it for now, but we will return to these two in just a moment.
Maintain, my brothers and sisters. We have faced adversity and overcome. This is but a test. Remember the pillars of strength that hold our people high. Show the galaxy our resolve. I know that your faith is weak. Our government has fallen, but if you hold the pillars of strength in your hearts, please, just don't give up.
And conveniently enough, we have already found those pillars of strength, so the quest that we have just obtained can be completed immediately.
I recovered your pillars of strength from the kite's nest. They're yours, waiting in Bay D24.
Thank you. Right now, my people need any reminder of their faith they can get.
The Alliance military has abandoned.
Thank you, human. We will hold the pillars close to our hearts and persevere.
And with a few more credits in our pockets, let's now start shopping.
Welcome to Batarian State Arms.
First of all, we want to grab the Kishok harpoon gun for 10,000 credits here, a moderately powerful sniper rifle with a built-in bleeding damage effect, as well as with built-in armor penetration. Regarding our overall shopping strategy in today's episode, we will focus mainly on weapons and necessary upgrades, which is why we are mainly going for upgrades that increase damage or accuracy, for example, but we will leave things like blade attachments behind as they only increase melee damage. We will also not be purchasing any armors, as those are stupidly expensive, and this is just the first of many shops that we are going to visit.
Your purchases are a credit to the
Right, that is the first of 3 of these container bays completed, although our goal in this completionist playthrough is of course to eventually purchase everything, so we will have to return here sooner or later. For the time being though, we can engage in one more conversation with another familiar face.
Yeoman Kelly Chambers.
Shepard, it's really you. I could just hug you.
It's good to see you too, Kelly.
I've been so worried. Without my Cerberus contacts, I had no way of knowing if you'd survived the invasion.
You're not with Cerberus anymore?
Working with you opened my eyes, got me thinking. I looked closely at what Cerberus had done. In good conscience, I couldn't stay with them. You inspired me to leave.
Now, we are not gaining any morality points here, but of course it does make some sense to ask her to come with us. After all, Kelly was a vital part of our crew back in Mass Effect 2.
Come back to the Normandy.
Please believe me. I want nothing more than to be with you again, but I can't. Ever since the Collectors abducted us, I relive it every night. I see Joker running out. Then that cold hand pulls me back. They're above me, around me. They stuff me into that coffin, and I'm relieved that they aren't touching me anymore. But then it's so small. You can't breathe. It seems like forever. I watched people melt. God.
Hey, it's okay.
I'm fine. I just can't step back onto the Normandy. I'm sorry.
Don't be.
And even if I could, I shouldn't. I'm making a difference here. If there was ever a reason I studied psychology, it was to help people at a time like this.
Didn't think Cerberus liked people going AWOL.
They don't. But Cerberus has more important things to worry about than me.
Now, this here is actually a rather important choice, and we do want to make sure that she changes her identity. After all, if you're running from Cerberus, you can never be safe enough.
Don't take chances with Cerberus. Change your look. Change your name. Get new identification.
That takes time, and the people here need my help.
Do it, Kelly.
Okay, I will. If you think I should. I'm so glad you found me. Seeing you makes everything right again. Oh, and your fish. Nobody was going to take care of them with you in custody, so I saved them. I'll send them back to you. Oh, I need to run. Please be careful.
Alright, that is another cargo hold cleared, at least for the time being. In the next one we will meet another familiar face, but one who is already back on board with us.
Let's check on those Metagel supplies.
Yes, sir.
And have we heard anything from the hospital?
The surgeons there are all busy.
Keep on it. Some of these wounded don't have much time.
We just got a report that another ship made it off Palaven.
How many on board?
30 or 40 survivors.
That's all?
They said the fighting's getting worse.
Well, let's find some room for them. This is going to be home for a while. What about the food we were promised?
It's been allocated to the Presidium.
Then contact Commander Bailey over at CSEC. Tell him Garrus Vicarian would consider it a personal favor if he could reallocate the shipment so these people don't starve. Shepard.
What's happening?
We convinced the Council to accept our wounded. Nowhere else to go.
How bad is it?
More dead than injured. 85% killed in action. We'll need a morgue soon. Not a lot of flesh wounds when you're fighting Reapers.
Casualties are that high?
Our frontline units are being wiped out, whole platoons at a time. A single Reaper can destroy 9 or 10 of them in one attack.
That's not war, it's slaughter.
They're called Reapers for a reason. And these guys found out why.
And what looks like a morality choice here, or at least one that affects our war assets, actually has no consequences that I am aware of, so we can safely go with what is clearly the more reasonable option in this situation.
Do what you can for them.
A few of them might get back on their feet, but the rest... sympathy is about all we can offer.
Any sign of your family?
Not yet, but I keep hoping. What about you? I'm starting to see some wear and tear.
And once again, I do believe that Garrus of all people has earned our honesty, and to be honest, I don't think Shepard feels fine at all.
I won't lie. It's been rough.
Well, don't forget to come up for air. There's a lot more war to go.
And while that's true, let's still have a little fun.
You are looking at VI Model 1.7 AGB, Commander Shepard. Please see a store clerk to unlock a demo of this model.
You have a copy of a Shepard VI?
Oh yeah, the one based on that war hero? We locked it after some kid spilled soda over the hardware. I'll unlock it, but we've only got the demo version working.
Good to meet you. I'm Commander Shepard, Alliance Navy. Extranet says you're Alliance military. Take care of yourself out there, officer. There's nothing this galaxy can't beat if we all work together. Except the Reapers. Ever see the size of one of those things? My personality matrix can predict what the real Commander Shepard would say with 7% accuracy. I come pre-installed with a flight sim of the SSV Normandy. Got any pets? You look like a Varad person. Always nice to see you. Hey again. Anyone ever tell you you're one hell of a looker, soldier? Don't be a stranger.
I don't really sound like that, do I?
Well, in any case, it's a shame that we can't bring it back on board with us, but then again, we probably have more important things to worry about, such as securing the loyalty of the Blue Sun's mercenaries, and to do that, we can talk to this guy right here.
Wow. Aria wasn't kidding. The great Commander Shepard on a leash.
I'm here for my own reasons, Vosque.
Oh, sure you are. Anyway, tell her I'm impressed, but to do business, I still need my little problem taken care of.
Which is?
A Taurian general named Oraka has it out for the Blue Suns. He's raising a stink over our activity in this sector. I'll commit my gang to Aria as soon as Oraka's dead.
There must be more to Oraka's complaint.
We're just making little raids along trading routes. With Aria's blessing, I might add. Oraka's just some military fossil who came out of retirement to relive the glory days and justify his existence. Losing him won't affect your war in the least, but gaining the Blue Suns, well, you know our work.
Now, this time we can actually grab some morality points, but we probably would have gone with the option at the top anyway. After all, at this point we are pretty good at finding alternative solutions.
You seriously think I'll assassinate a Turian general?
Aria seems to think so. Or else, why would she send you? She knew the price. The two of you work it out. Oh, and, tell Aria I still expect her blue ass in bed with me.
What is it, Shepard?
You knew about this?
Can you be more specific?
Darner Vosque expects me to kill General Oraka.
Who cares what Vosque wants? What he needs is for Oraka to stop disrupting his operations. I figured you'd talk to Oraka, see if you can get him to lay off. And if he won't listen to reason, call me, and I'll take care of it.
And we will stick to the Paragon path with Aria here as well, because I definitely consider Shepard to be above killing for a mercenary group, even one as powerful as the Blue Suns.
I don't see the distinction.
The distinction is that I'm giving you the chance to save his life.
Right. Why didn't you just tell me this yourself?
Vosque needed to see you, needed to realize who he's dealing with. Plus, if I have to suffer that scumbag staring at my tits one more time, I might have to kill him.
Yeah, he mentioned...
That I'm going to sleep with him? We all have our delusions.
Right, so this quest is also far from over, and the same also still goes for our search for that Hanar Diplomat.
I've got a list of new Hanar arrivals, Bao.
Damn, these are all face names. The Hanar names from the Alliance raid are soul names. And Hanar soul names are private. There's no public record. Can you get back to their personal communications?
On it. Maybe we'll find names there.
So how's the rest of the gang? Met up with anybody else?
Garrus is helping out on the Normandy.
He never could pass up a good fight. What about Jacob?
Haven't heard from him.
See, Jacob could have gotten me back onto the Normandy.
I'm touched.
And before we leave, let's also quickly see how this conversation here ends.
What will you do when they let us out of here?
Look for my wife. She was visiting family on Omega.
I hope you find her.
Yeah. Thanks. So, what are you going to do?
Get drunk, sign up with the Alliance, ask them for the biggest gun I can carry.
Yeah. Nail a few Reapers for me.
Right between the eyes, my friend.
Right, and with that we can return to the terminal where we started, as our tour through the holding area is more or less complete.
Bao, here's the correspondence. If there's any mention of soul names.
I've got it. A recent arrival. Zemandis. Soul name regards the works of the Enkindlers in despair. He was with the Alliance team that massacred the Batarians. He's been on special research assignment ever since.
So he got his tentacles on some Reaper tech.
Looks that way. I'm sending you the nav point for his office. I'll meet you there.
So it looks like we have found our culprit, but before we confront him, it's time for one more stop.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select a destination.
And this time we are heading to the also still unexplored Presidium Commons.
One moment, please. Now arriving at Presidium Commons.
And as always, our first proper conversation here will be with Avina.
Hello, Commander Shepard. Welcome to the Presidium Commons. You are on the main promenade of the shopping galleria. Here you will find establishments offering specialized goods and services. For assistance or for information about our special promotion, talk to me or contact the Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
This time, though, we only need to ask about what's around us, as her lines about the other Citadel areas remain unchanged.
The place feels familiar. The sounds, the smells. It's like being back on Earth.
The current decoration budget was approved by Ambassador Asoba, the human representative for Earth on the Citadel. Each species granted ambassadorial rights on the Citadel can apply for a slot on the decoration schedule to change the promenade and parks below. The only condition is that the proposed environmental features not be toxic to species living on the Citadel.
What's this promotion you mentioned?
Producer Jean-Marie Aranicius is donating a portion of all proceeds from her new Blasto movie to the Citadel's Military Defense Fund. Audio excerpts of Blasto 6, Partners in Crime, are now available for your listening pleasure right here on the Presidium.
Where can I check this out?
To listen to excerpts, simply go to the Features hallway and find the Blasto 6, Partners in Crime publicity panel.
What else is in the area?
The Presidium Commons have been a cultural mainstay since the Council was first established at the Citadel. Recently, new biometric systems have been added to assess the specific needs of your species.
Biometric systems? Sounds more like a security measure.
These simple and confidential systems are in place for the safety of all visitors to the Presidium. We respect your privacy, Commander Shepard. To opt out, please visit the Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
And that's it. Time to get going and to continue the episode with an interesting conversation that takes place just a few meters up ahead.
That's all.
Please speak with me again if you require further assistance.
I think I'm ready to end it with him. Things weren't great even before he deployed, and if I pretend to be happy over the vids...
It's not fair to him or to you. With all the craziness of a war going on, you deserve to be happy.
And I'm not. I have to be honest with him.
Then you need to tell him. Have you decided how to tell him?
I don't know. A text message is so impersonal. He's off risking his life. He deserves more than that. I could record something, but I hate leaving vid messages. I always get flustered.
Maybe you need a script.
Or maybe I need to get him on a vid call so I can do it face to face.
Who knows when he'll be deployed somewhere with an open comm channel. He knew it'd be hard to communicate when he left you here.
I guess it doesn't matter how I do it. I just need to tell him about us.
Wait. Us?
You and me.
He doesn't need to know that. Wouldn't it be better for him to just know that you'd grown apart?
I thought I was supposed to be honest with him.
You are. But you're just being tactful, not rubbing it in. After all, it's not like I'm the reason you're breaking up with him, right? It's the war.
I'm not sure what that has to do with anything.
You said he'd been distant, and that the war made everything clearer. That things weren't working.
Yes, but meeting you was what made me realize how bad it had gotten.
I'm not the one who broke up your relationship.
Really? Was it someone else who pinned me to the wall with her mouth?
And we'll hear how this conversation finishes in just a while. For now, let's keep going.
If we switch from financial VIs to military gear, we'll lose millions.
Who cares about the money? Haven't you heard the news from Palaven?
That's what your army is for. Nothing's going to reach the Citadel.
We need to start manufacturing military tech. Nobody will need banking software if these Reapers win.
The market for military goods barely carries a profit. Who do you propose as our buyer?
The Council, the Empire, maybe the Alliance. Even if we don't make much now, they'll remember us when the war's over.
I've seen Palaven burning. Those fires aren't going out anytime soon. If you can help.
Look, Cyrus, you want to sell your shares of Walk, fine, but I'm not selling financial VIs while my homeworld burns.
Okay, let me think. We could repurpose the VIs for upgraded targeting solutions.
Right. We'd be able to use most of the hardware. The financial VI has more processing power than we need.
No, that works. We'll rig the VI and it translates for all standard weapons. Refit weapons without having to overhaul your targeting computer. Rapid response flexibility. We'll make a fortune.
A small fortune. We're selling these at cost plus 3%.
Fine.
Right, quick and easy way to grab a few war asset points here. And speaking of which, now it's time to recruit the Blood Pack mercenaries.
Quick, hands behind your back. They'll be here any minute.
What the hell are you talking about?
Crete, Blood Pack's leader. Aria brings him the great Commander Shepard. Crete pledges the gang to her. We're just luring him into the open so we can take him out.
Not the best start to our friendship, Narl.
He's coming. Put your hands behind your back and try to look like I beat you up or something.
Okay, so we only have a choice on what to say, but not what to do here. So we might as well cooperate for 2 additional Paragon points.
This better be on the up and up.
Quiet!
Aria to look even more powerful than Crete thought. Her instructions on boarding Citadel undetected were one thing. Now this... Commander Shepard, want you to know, your head will be hood ornament on my personal shuttle.
Keep your distance, Crete. So, do you agree to Aria's terms?
Most definitely. Aria can use Blood Pack as she sees fit.
Wasn't talking to you, Crete. Grill?
What? You have my word. Now open fire!
Not him. Grill's next in line to take over. Aria's deal is with him.
Yes! Yes. I'm Aria's mole, Shepard. You've scratched my back. Now I'll scratch yours.
Word of advice. Don't double-cross Aria.
I may be ambitious, but I'm not crazy.
Uh-huh. Good work, Narl. Thanks for the gun.
Anytime, Shepard. Grill and I will let Aria know the light is green.
Right, and there we go, the Blood Pack have now been recruited. We are also standing right in front of an ad for the new Blasto movie that we can listen to, but not now. The Eclipse are actually next on our list. For them, we need to secure the release of their leader Jona Sederis, but Captain Bailey has already warned us about her, which is why we are looking to have a personal conversation with her.
Thinking of going? To Sanctuary, I mean. Sorry, I thought you were looking at the ad.
Of course not. Sanctuary's a scam.
What?
Oh, count on it. Somebody's making money off people's fear. Wish I'd thought of it myself.
You don't think Sanctuary is real?
Real prefab shelters and cheap nutrient paste, baby. The profit margin must be higher than a Hanar's water bill.
How can you think about profits at a time like this?
What's your name, dear?
Sarah?
Sarah, have you ever heard of Elkos Combine?
Sure. Don't they make, everything?
Roop Elkos. Pleasure to meet you.
So, you're making money off this war?
Are you kidding? Elkos Combine sells weapons, armor, and funeral services. If you can arm them and bury them, you never have to fly coach. Isn't that a saying?
I don't think so.
Well, it should be.
Right now, the Turians and the Alliance are fighting for you.
I'll send the Alliance a card. As for the Turians, well, I pay my taxes.
That's disgusting.
No. Disgusting would be the tax rates for doing business on Thessia. Like I told Councilor Dina, if I wanted to get screwed by the Asari, I would have returned Benezia's calls. You know, Sarah, while you worry about the war, I'm making plans for what comes after it. When our muscular allies wipe out the Reapers, idiots who paid through the cloaca to get to Sanctuary will have nothing. I, however, will be rolling in credits and future XYs.
Well, if you say so, maybe I won't go to Sanctuary.
Now you get it. Trust me, Sarah. You'll thank me later.
And in contrast to the lovely Volus here, let's now listen to a slightly different conversation.
I don't think I can do this anymore.
I know what you mean. I thought our training prepared us for everything, but this...
Every time that Asari commando sees me, she just starts screaming. I can even hear it when I'm trying to sleep now. I'm supposed to be helping her, but I feel like I'm breaking her world all over again every time she sees me.
That's not your fault. Any human would probably trigger that reaction for her at this point.
No. I looked up the file on that colony she was at. That girl she keeps talking about? We look alike. I shouldn't even be allowed in to help anymore. Man, you look horrible.
I'm willing to bet you look worse than I do.
Yeah, well, did you hear about the chemical fire and those kids from level E24 that they brought in last night?
Yeah, I was there when they brought them in.
Shit. I am so sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. Look, if you need anything...
I don't want to talk about it.
One of the universities is supposed to send in more residents to help with all the new refugees.
Yeah, they've been promising
Well, we're luckier than most other hospitals. At least our budget cuts are minimal.
Shit, don't remind me. My old job had the emergency ward night staff cut to half before I left.
Oh, let me guess. You don't process as many patients as the day shift. I've got the numbers to prove it.
Typical administrator who has no clue what's going on in the ward.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about volunteering for a double shift.
Are you insane? We're hardly getting enough sleep as it is.
Well, if I'm not going to sleep, I might as well at least make myself useful, right?
Damn, I'm tired if that argument makes sense. Maybe I should volunteer too.
We won't be the only ones.
You talked to the others, didn't you? Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, but I saved the best for last.
And so it certainly looks like the war is taking its toll, and not only on those fighting on the front lines.
This is problematic. We must find a way to stabilize the heating units so the water temperature can remain steady. The colony's location is hardly ideal for our species. The clutch will be imperiled if we do not act soon. Of course, I will do everything I can do to help. We are family. The extreme weather conditions may require technology that is not readily available on the market.
And with that, we have now secured another small side quest, however one that we cannot complete at this point. What we can do though is have a chat with Eclipse leader and certified psychopath Jona Sederis.
I've connected with Jona Sederis in her cell, Commander. You can speak with her via that console.
Thanks. We'll need some privacy.
Of course. When you're done, you can also contact Commander Bailey from that terminal.
Who's that spying on me now? Ah, I see. Good. Aria's indentured servant has finally come to deliver me to freedom.
I want to talk with you before I secure your release.
Bullshit. You have no choice. And when I get out, heads will roll. Oh yes. You've killed a lot of my people. Don't think I've forgotten that.
And this is actually one of those rare times in the series where we are going for the renegade choice. Sederis definitely seems a little too confident, and maybe this puts her back in her place.
It'd be smart to bury the threat, Sederis.
I'll toss them into the caskets with my victims. I love holding all the cards. Even in here, you must deal with me. I have all the power.
Is that right?
Yes, Sayn, my second-in-command, is a weak-willed toady. If he had balls, he'd leave me to rot and take control himself. But he won't defy me. He knows better. Now get me out of here, Shepard. Tell Bailey to release me.
Bailey, I've seen Sederis.
So she's crazy, right? It would be ridiculous to let her out.
Now, at this point, we could grab 5 renegade points and end this quest right here and now, but that would include releasing Sederis, and as we have just seen, that is not an option.
She's a menace. Let me try to make this problem go away.
Sounds good. I'll hold the line until I hear from you.
And so with that, this quest now also keeps going for just a little while longer, and maybe we should now speak to that Sayn individual.
I'm afraid I can't help you.
But your manager said you could give me a refund if I made an appointment.
You're not on my appointment list, and you don't have a receipt. I don't even think we carry that version anymore.
Listen, I don't need a new model or store credits or anything. I just want my money back.
There's nothing I can do without a sales record of some kind.
I can go get the warranty book from my car.
Are you keeping this guy at work while there's a war on?
Well, it's his job, right?
Actually, I'm supposed to be on break. Contacting the family I haven't heard from in days.
Yeah. I guess maybe a war's a bad time.
Maybe? That didn't cross your mind the other 10 times you visited this week?
Yeah, sorry. I'll just, yeah.
I've never seen anyone so obsessed with getting a refund for a toaster oven.
And again, as far as I'm aware, this choice here has no consequences whatsoever. Considering what all the fuss is about, siding with the Solarians seems like the right move though.
Welcome to Agor Munitions.
Now, moving on, it's once again time to spend some money, starting with the purchase of the Venom shotgun, which in practice is actually more of a grenade launcher, although it also comes with a few noticeable downsides, which we will discuss as soon as we'll use it for the first time. Continuing on, we are now following our shopping strategy from before, which means we are prioritizing those upgrades that give us increases to accuracy and or weapon damage, while we are leaving things like heat sinks and ultralight materials be for now, also because our squad members do not actually benefit from them.
Thank you for shopping at Agor Munitions.
And with one shop done, let's continue right with the next one.
Welcome to Cypertine Armory.
Here we can grab another sniper rifle, and this one is quite interesting, as its projectiles do area of effect damage upon impact. However, they also travel rather slowly, which makes hitting moving targets a little bit difficult. Apart from this, we are then more or less emptying out the shop. Almost all upgrades here give some form of damage or accuracy bonus. The only thing we are leaving behind for now though is the thermal scope, the main reason behind that being that it drastically increases weapon weight and that our squad members once again don't really need it. As you can imagine, the ability to see through walls is quite powerful though, so we will definitely grab this eventually. For the moment though, it is not a necessity.
Thank you for shopping at Cypertine Armory.
And with that we can move on and make our way over to yet another small shop.
Welcome to the Citadel gift shop. All proceeds from today's purchases go toward the Turian War effort.
Oh, that's a lovely idea.
I really appreciate management doing it. My husband's away on duty right now.
Oh, you're bonded with Turian?
No, actually, my husband's a Krogan.
Oh, well, that's great. I just hope he knows which ones to fight.
Excuse me?
Oh, I didn't, well, I just...
My husband is risking his life to protect us right now.
I'm so sorry. That was thoughtless and... I'm so sorry.
No, I understand. Sometimes I'm surprised myself. Anyway, would you like to make a purchase?
Yes, of course. Anything for our troops.
And after overhearing this, we can now make a sizable purchase of our own.
Welcome to Nosastra Sporting Goods.
We are starting things off with the Acolyte Heavy Pistol, a weapon that is unique in the fact that it has to be charged before shooting every single time. This makes it a rather slow-firing weapon, but its projectiles are once again very much grenade-like, so it's of good use against enemy groups. If you are wondering, by the way, why there are so many rather unique weapons to be purchased this early in the game, then that has to do with the fact that we are playing the Legendary Edition, as these weapons were previously all part of various weapons and armor DLCs. Back then, all of those weapons were actually free, at least in the game. You still had to buy the DLC, of course, but once you did, all of the weapons were immediately available for use.
Good hunting.
The Legendary Edition has now changed that somewhat and integrated all of those weapons into the existing in-game shop system, which also means that now you have to fork over a healthy amount of cash to acquire them all. To make up for that though, the prices of some of the base game weapons have at times been drastically reduced. The Black Widow sniper rifle is a prominent example. It was previously available for 250,000 credits, and in the Legendary Edition now only costs half of that.
Hey Commander, check it out! Big news! The Blasto movie is breaking opening week records. There's also a big expose on Quasar tournaments, tips on how to make your apartment look bigger, And, oh yeah, a big-ass Reaper invasion. These people have no idea.
Once again, no morality points here, but it's safe to say that the correct answer would probably be a bit of both. So just because that's what we usually do, let's go with the option at the top.
When big events shake up the galaxy, people cling to what's familiar.
You say that like it's a good thing.
It's better than riots in the streets.
I guess. I just wish there were a middle ground. You know, a little less gardening advice, a little more war prep.
It'll happen. Once there's something people can do to help.
Meanwhile, they ignore the unshackled AI walking around the Presidium.
She run into any trouble?
No, she's my mobility assistance mech. Thanks to Vrolic syndrome, I'm legally entitled to bring her everywhere. Finally getting some use out of those disability benefits.
I'm sure she appreciates getting out to see the sights.
She's earned a little shore leave.
And speaking of Edie, that is actually who we can talk to next.
Hello, Shepard.
You look like you're gathering data.
That is a safe assumption.
Anything big and world-shaking? Man's inhumanity to man? Does objective reality exist? That kind of thing?
I was running scenarios in my head to analyze Jeff's behavior. I believe he has a strong affectionate attachment to me, but he has not stated it to anyone yet. Shepard, you have first-hand sexual experience. How do you know when someone is romantically invested?
Right, so we do have the option here to not touch the subject of a human-AI love relationship, but honestly, it's much more fun to see how this plays out.
They'll usually show signs they can't stop thinking about you. You know, asking you out, giving you presents, maybe playing music.
I lack material wants other than hardware and software upgrades, and my core programming does not assign values to music. Perhaps we could discuss how to provoke Jeff into an emotional commitment.
That's not how to think of it. It's got to be natural. You need chemistry.
I see. There are a number of pharmaceuticals I could inject to simulate the desired emotional state.
No, I mean relax and do something you both like. Something simple. For example, you both like humor.
Correct. I will see if there are comedic entertainment shows being presented on the Citadel. Scanning. Do you think he would like The Man Who Hung Himself? It appears to be about an amorous plastic surgeon.
And no, we are also certainly not going to discourage her in any way. As a matter of fact, I personally believe that this is among the most wholesome and actually also most fascinating storylines in the entire game.
Edie, the important thing is to have a good time wherever you go. And if you're having fun, he probably will too.
Then the outcome is an unknown quantity, but you are saying I should attempt it anyway.
Nobody ever fell in love without being a little bit brave.
I see. I believe you have improved my chances, Shepard. Thank you. I have noticed many displays of public affection on the Citadel. The rate seems disproportionately high.
Everybody could die tomorrow, Edie. Hooking up is one of the few things they can do.
I wonder if this is how the Krogan feel. I have spoken with many Batarian refugees here, Shepard. It may interest you to know that they are much more agreeable when the hegemony is no longer watching. Excuse me, Shepard. I am looking through files and videos of human behavior. I have 1.24 million windows open, but your request is important to me. Please hold. Is it time to return to the Normandy? I'm getting propositioned with increasing frequency.
And with that, we can now leave Edie and Joker B and continue our shopping tour.
Welcome to Casa Fabrication Weaponry.
Our next purchase will be the M90 Indra sniper rifle, the only fully automatic sniper rifle in the game, a nice hybrid between the sniper and the assault rifle, but of course also one that takes some getting used to. Following that, we can now grab another piercing mod as well as a ship model of the Alliance Kodak shuttle. We have actually already purchased a model of the Citadel in the previous shop, and of course, in true completionist fashion, we want to complete this collection. At this point, we are still missing 4 model ships. Sadly though, none of them can be purchased at this time.
Casa Fabrication Weaponry hasn't forgotten Earth. Neither should you.
And so our Citadel tour now continues as we run into a familiar couple.
We've got to keep Jake in daycare. He should be socializing with other children.
But what if there's another attack?
We can't spend our lives waiting for that.
We're in the middle of a war, and I'm just supposed to send him away every morning?
I remember you two. Michael and Rebecca, right? Listen, do whatever is best for your family. Just do it soon. Things are bad out there.
We will.
And thank you.
Now, just in case you don't remember these two, they have made appearances in both Mass Effect 1 and 2. In the first game, they were arguing about a potentially dangerous gene therapy for Rebecca's child. In the second one, they argue about the child's father, who died a few years prior. The main interaction with them, however, takes place in Mass Effect 1.
Commander Shepard.
General Oraka. I think we met in Korra's den. You were pretty miserable, if I recall.
Yes, neck deep in drink just before I retired. I'm clean now, reinstated.
I hear you're taking on the Blue Suns.
I need to do my part for the Citadel, Commander. The Blue Suns are raiding C-Sec weapons shipments. I'm putting a stop to that. Those mercs are seriously jeopardizing the Citadel's ability to defend itself if the war comes here. When the war comes here.
There are other ways to secure weapons, General.
You don't think I've tried? There's a black market dealer on Citadel right now, but he won't sell his top-line arms. The Reapers are destroying everything in their path, and I can't stop them. But I can stop the Blue Suns.
So, having met General Oraka as part of the Blue Suns recruitment quest for Aria, we now have a choice to make. If we were to follow the Renegade path, we could now place a kill order on him and complete the quest that way, but of course we did not go through all this trouble to now do that, so instead let's go Paragon and find another way to get those weapons.
Let me see what I can do for you.
I'd appreciate your help, and I'll have a plan of action ready if things fall through.
Now, conveniently enough, Oraka just mentioned a black market dealer right here on the Citadel, and the guy is surprisingly close by. As a matter of fact, he is selling his goods out of one of those shops that we just visited a few moments ago. So let's see if we can't convince him to play ball.
Look, Commander, I don't want any trouble. I'm authorized to sell here, and all my arms are legal, see?
These are lightweight weapons. Where's your top-end inventory?
Shit, you slumming for C-Sec too? I already got harassed by the old Turian with a bad attitude. Yeah, I got much better stuff, but it's off the market. Galaxy's going belly up. Credit won't mean anything once the Reapers rip through.
So what exactly are you saying?
Whatever happens, I figure there'll be survivors, but it'll be chaos. I'm betting things will run on a barter system. So I'm getting a jump. My best stock only trades for hard goods and artifacts with real value.
And we are now presented with one more morality choice. I believe both options here actually lead to the same outcome, but we are sticking to the Paragon path regardless.
So, what gets me access to your top shelf?
Heh, Turian just waved credits in my face and then spat on it. Nice to see you have flexibility. If you find any rare pieces when you're out saving the galaxy, bring them back. Then I'm happy to share my top stock with C-Sec, no problem. Outside of that, I gotta stick to my guns.
Right, so at this point, this small quest actually moves out of the realm of the Citadel, and it is also the only one of the 3 mercenary quests that has the potential to do so. Don't worry though, that rare piece that Kannik mentioned is not difficult to acquire at all. Getting a hold of it does involve a bit of traveling though, so it's likely something that we will not get done here today. Still, there are plenty of other things to take care of in the meantime.
Still working?
One call leads to another, and here I was hoping I'd have time to enjoy the view. The last time I saw the Presidium, remember how it was all rubble after Sovereign attacked?
And once again, the dialogue choice here is mostly for flavor. I will admit though, I do believe that this is a memory that should be at the top of Shepard's mind.
I barely got to see the Presidium before half of it got crushed.
And by the time they repaired it, it was time for the next invasion. Citadel hasn't seen the reality of this war yet. We should stock up on necessities while we can.
Such as?
EZO, heavy arms, mercenary groups.
And yes, it is a good idea indeed, but Liara also seems to have a habit of overworking herself, so let's tell her to take it easy. After all, the Reapers are not going anywhere.
We'll get the people. Take a moment for yourself now and then.
I know. But there's always just one more task or meeting. Speaking of which, talk to the Volus, Barla. He'll point you to some mercenaries willing to join us.
Alright, now Barla Von is another familiar face that you might remember from Mass Effect 1, and it seems like he is still serving as a loyal agent to the Shadow Broker. And while we make our way over to him, we can also hear how this relationship story here comes to an end.
Where is this going? Because if this isn't serious, then we need to talk.
These are two different things. You're important to me, but it's not healthy to rush from one relationship to another.
Well, I need to rush somewhere. If I end it with him, then I lose my partner benefits, and that includes my apartment.
Okay, so maybe, just for your own security, you need to figure out an exit strategy before you talk with him.
I thought I had.
And I cherish the time we've had together. But...
yeah.
And moving on, there is another small choice waiting for us.
So, you want us to enlist as soldiers? Isn't there anything else we can do?
The military needs everyone they can get.
None of us knows how to fight.
Mackenzie's a biotic. Dave and Graham go to the pistol range. Oh, and Orion's always buying mods for his shotgun.
The one he's never even fired? I love our friends, but we are not combat material.
I can't sit around watching what's happening to Earth anymore.
You two could save lives by helping doctors in the refugee camps.
Thanks. Who was that?
The first human Spectre?
Wow, Commander Shepard?
Yeah, and it's good advice. Let's sign up as Med-10 volunteers. How's that sound?
Much better than shooting myself in the foot with a rifle.
And again, not only does this seem sensible, but it also improves our war assets.
Overcharging for goods, denying refugees basic services. It seems the Reapers took our culture when they took our world. The Book of Plenix demands charity and forgiveness of debts in times of war. Of course, the Book of Plenix was lost on our home world, and now our people have lost their way.
And that is another side quest obtained, but unfortunately we cannot complete it just yet, so instead let's go shopping.
Welcome to Kanala Exports.
The Kanala Export store here unfortunately does not sell any weapons, but then again we have also acquired plenty of those already, and this is also still not the last store that we will visit in this episode. As usual though, we will purchase any upgrade that promises an increase in weapon damage or accuracy, or gives our weapons armor-piercing capabilities. In my opinion, those are among the more useful upgrades at this stage in the game, and our funds are still limited. Very importantly then, this here is also the shop where we can purchase fish for our aquarium. At the moment, only the koi fish is available for 1000 credits, but I believe that more species will be purchasable later down the line.
We appreciate your visit.
Manning the store right at the end here, we now have Barla Von, who, as you might remember, was a key figure back in Mass Effect 1, where he helped us find proof against Sayn by guiding us towards Rex, who at the time was actually working as a mercenary for the Shadow Broker, albeit for a different one.
Commander Shepard. It's been some time. Barla Von, in case you've forgotten. Financial advisor. And an acquaintance of Admiral Anderson. I admire the courage it took for him to stay and fight on your home world.
Right, so usually we would go with the dialogue option on the left here, but this time we don't, because if we did, then we would skip the two options on the right, and those give us morality points, so we will not comment on the fact that we know who Barla Von is, and instead grab ourselves 2 additional Paragon points.
We need more people like Anderson if we're gonna win this.
Agreed. That's where I can help you. A sizable mercenary group is offering their services to anyone who can rescue them from Reaper-controlled territory. Evacuate them, and they'll join your army.
And as tempting as it would be to ask what he gets out of it, we are sticking to the Paragon path. After all, we might learn of his motives soon enough, and he is also still working for Liara, so it's not like he can really keep a secret.
I appreciate the information.
Just don't wait too long to act on it. The Reapers are advancing all too quickly. Come see me once you've completed the extraction. I'll be in my office a while longer. The galactic market is in considerable flux. I had plans to return to Arun, but business here keeps luring me back. Perhaps Perhaps it's for the best, all things considered. Take the time to admire how well they repaired the Citadel after Sovereign attacked. The Presidium's reconstruction cost was astronomical, but worth every credit. I can get by on very little sleep. My office will be open when you return.
Right, and with that we can now finally access the last shop here in the Presidium Commons.
Welcome to Elkos Combine Arsenal Supplies.
As you can clearly see though, this here is the reason why we saved up on credits, as we have plenty of weapons to purchase, starting with the Riga Carbine, a shotgun that is actually based on the arc pistol, and as such fires a constant stream of electricity. We are also purchasing the Geth Plasma SMG, which I believe is actually one of the fastest firing weapons in the entire game, which makes it an excellent weapon to use in combination with ammunition powers. The Blood Pack Punisher is then another SMG. This one does pack a bit more of a punch though, and it comes with the rather interesting mechanic of shooting one armor-piercing round every 8 regular rounds. The Ada's anti-synthetic rifle is then an assault rifle that fires splash damage rounds, and it actually deals electrical damage, which is particularly effective against shields and barriers. The Executioner pistol then does what the name suggests. It deals a ton of damage with a single shot, but it also has to be reloaded after every shot, which actually makes it more similar to a sniper rifle than to a regular pistol. Finally then we have the Striker Assault Rifle, another weapon that actually does splash damage, as its rounds are explosive in nature, giving it the feel and sadly also the weight of a miniature grenade launcher. And with that, we have now all but depleted our funds. We do have enough left to grab the Shredder mod and the high caliber barrel though, but unfortunately not enough to also purchase the Aquarium VI, which would have made life in the captain's cabin a little easier for our fish, but alas, it looks like we'll have to feed them manually for just a little while longer.
Thank you. Come again.
Right, so like I said, at this point we are done with the Presidium Commons, but that does not mean that we are done with the episode just yet.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select a destination.
Our next stop is now once again the holding area, where we will hopefully be able to finally get the Eclipse on board.
One moment, please. Now arriving at Docking Bay E24, emergency civilian housing.
Now, we have learned from Jona Sederis that she has a second-in-command who is still on the outside, and who may be a little bit more reasonable to deal with, and if we play our cards right, that could be something that we will be able to exploit.
Men, get ready for trouble.
Not here for that, Sayn. Just want to talk about Jona Sederis' release.
Oh, you're the one coordinating that, right? My idea, you know. Aria came to me looking to gain Eclipse support. I'm leveraging it to bust the boss out.
Right, so the drastic option would of course now be to order a hit on Sederis of our own, but she is already behind bars and not getting out anytime soon, so let's stick to the more moderate Paragon approach.
Sayn, you should run Eclipse.
Huh?
You can do it. Leave Sederis locked up and make the deal with Aria yourself.
Aria would be a step up. And you think she'd let me run things?
I don't see why not.
Right. Then that's the plan. Keep Sederis in jail. I'll call Aria right away.
Good man.
Alright, and that is already all we came here to do, so let's head back to the elevator. At this point, the only gang that we still have to convince are the Blue Suns, but like I said earlier, that will take a bit of traveling, at least if we want to do it the right way.
Shepard, the Council withdrew the release order for Sederis. Aria Tolok, of all people, got him to do it. Crazy.
You can say that again.
Thanks for your help, Shepard.
And there we are. It looks like Jona Sederis is going to stay behind bars for quite some time.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select a destination.
And up next we are returning to the embassies, because we have a Hanar Diplomat to confront.
One moment, please. Now arriving at Presidium Embassy.
And as you can see, Jondum Bau is already waiting for us, so let's see how this one plays out.
Zamandus?
Or should I say, regards the works of the Enkindlers in despair?
It seems this one has been apprehended, but confinement is irrelevant. The work of the Enkindlers cannot be stopped.
Why are you trying to help the Reapers?
We obtained information regarding the Enkindlers from classified sources.
The Enkindlers? You mean the Protheans?
Yes. As you are aware, Commander Shepard, the Protheans eventually became the Collectors, and the Collectors served the Reapers.
You have got to be kidding me.
Therefore, as a faithful servant of the Enkindlers, we too must serve the Reapers.
You big, stupid jellyfish.
You know, I support religious freedom for all species, but that's just crazy.
Your skepticism does not matter. When the Enkindlers uplift us as their chosen sapients, the galaxy will bear witness.
And of course, we are doing the lawful thing here and put him under arrest, or at least we attempt to do so.
You're insane, and we can't allow you to endanger your planet. We're taking you into custody.
Your belief in your victory is mistaken. Our planetary defense network is largely automated. It can be disabled with a single virus, which I have just uploaded.
Damn it. Wait. A virus would be detected unless sent on low-priority channels, which have a time lag. I may be able to block the upload.
You may be delayed.
Help him! I'll handle this! Got it. Upload's disabled. Looks like we're in the... Wait. He's got some kind of failsafe. Get down!
She was here the entire time.
She was an old friend.
I intended to arrest her.
She helped me take down the Collectors, and she just gave her life to save the Hanar homeworld.
Point taken. It was an honor to work with you, Shepard. When the time comes, I'll be there to return the favor, with a few friends.
You can come out now.
How'd you know?
Lucky guess.
There's no way you're recruiting me to fight in a galactic war.
The Crucible Project needs technical experts.
I'm not a scientist.
No, but you're the best thief in the galaxy, and you can hack unfamiliar technology better than anyone. They could use your help. And think of it. All that expensive tech just lying around. It's not like they're gonna check your pockets at the end of the project.
You say the nicest things. All right. I'm in. And Shep. Nice working with you again.
Alright, and with that, this quest has now also been completed. We have removed an indoctrinated Reaper asset and have acquired one of our own in Kasumi Goto, and we have also successfully surpassed the 1 hour mark in today's episode. But perhaps you want to stay with me for just a few more moments here, as we have one more small round of purchases to make, this time in the Spectre Requisitions Office.
Spectre status recognized.
Now, as you can clearly see, we don't have the money to purchase any of the weapons here, and compared to the ones that we have purchased already, these here are slightly more on the expensive side. What we can do, however, is grab the 3 upgrades that are for sale here. Thanks to the 5,000 credits we received for recruiting the Eclipse, we could have also returned to the Commons now and purchased that Aquarium VI, but again, I really don't think that that should be at the top of our shopping list at the moment. And so instead, we are wrapping up our grand shopping tour with just over 10,000 credits left, but also with a plethora of new weapons and upgrades in our arsenal. There is one more thing that we can do here today though, and for that, let me quickly employ the magic of editing to jump back to the Presidium Commons. Now, a short while ago I mentioned that Blasto movie, and Joker actually also mentioned it briefly, and what we can do here today to wrap up the episode is to listen to a few excerpts from that movie, which will actually take more than just a few minutes, because yes, they went all out with this. In my opinion though, this is genuinely one of the funniest things in the entire Mass Effect trilogy, and what's even worse is that it can be so easily missed, so I am including it here today for your convenience and hopefully also pleasure. If you don't want to sit through the entire thing though, then I can already say thank you for watching at this point. We will make the cut in today's video immediately after the last scene has concluded, so if you liked what you saw so far, then I would be very happy if you could leave a thumbs up. Also, if you like what I'm doing and want to support me and my channel further, then go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already, grab some merch over on shop.petecomplete.com, or check out and maybe even pledge to the Pete Complete Patreon. Thank you all for watching, and have fun with Blasto 6 Partners in Crime, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.
Damn it, Blasto! I told you to bring in those Forja alive for questioning.
This one didn't have anything to ask them.
You blew up half a level of Zakera Ward.
It was an aesthetically displeasing habitat anyway.
You don't get it, Kage clan. Ever since they found Ezo on the Vorcha homeworld, the Council's been trying to make nice. Bottom line, you can't touch the Vorcha. They've got diplomatic immunity.
Then this one will not attempt diplomacy.
You're also getting a new partner.
Are you engaging in reproductive behavior with this one?
Unless you want your Spectre status revoked, you're working in a joint operation with Boobin from CSEC.
An Elcor? You know this one works alone.
Look, I've had to talk them down from suspending you. I've gotten a pulmonary ulcer from dealing with this mess. I can't even eat solid food.
You would benefit from shedding excess body mass, Chief. Greetings, Boobin. This one understands that you are the second best law enforcement agent on the Citadel.
Badassfully funny. I heard the same thing about you.
Just avoid interfering with this one's projected maneuvering path.
Badassfully. Hold it, Spectre. We do this by the book.
You may carry the book, while this one opens another excretion vent on the Vorcha Ambassador.
Badassfully. Damn it. You big stupid jellyfish. I'm just 3 solar days from retirement.
Obtain a firm grip on your reproductive anatomy. The Vorcha Ambassador's vehicle just turned down that skyway.
Badassfully. What the hell are you doing? This is my mate's car. We just paid it off.
Hopefully, you are insured. Greetings, Vorcha citizen. Please explain the reason for your haste.
You no touch me. Diplomatic
Please exercise caution, criminal scum. Your face may cause damage to my partner's vehicle.
Badassfully. Hey, you're hurting him.
His unique genetic structure will enable him to regenerate, unless this one uses fire.
No talk! No talk!
This one has forgotten whether its pistol is currently equipped with incendiary ammunition. Does the criminal scum consider itself fortunate?
Badassfully. You'd better talk. I can't hold him back.
Consort! Guarding boss at consort!
Have a pleasant day.
Badassfully. Damn it. What the hell was that? You're out of control.
You may wish to monitor your stress levels. High blood pressure is unhealthy for a species adapted to a high-gravity environment.
Badassfully. Come on. I know someone at the consort's office.
This one suspected you had deviant mating fetishes.
Badassfully. You're paying for the car.
Coquettishly, welcome to the consort suites. Oh, Boobin, it's great to see you.
As a Prothean descended from heaven, because this one would enjoy enkindling that.
Badassfully. Hey, man, that's my sister.
Your progenitor's genetic propensity for attractiveness was passed only to her.
Coquettishly, who's that big handsome jellyfish, Boobin?
Blasto. This one is training Boobin in proper legal procedure.
Badassfully. Listen, honey, we need to get inside.
Coquettishly, you're a pain, Boobin, but I can't resist your good-looking partner.
Thank you, Polyp. This one will attempt to determine a way to repay you.
Badassfully, seriously, Don't be like that with my sister.
Greetings, Vorcha scum. This one mistook you for Krogan defecation.
You no talk. Me get your badge.
Badass fully. That badge is the only thing keeping him from killing you right now.
You be sorry.
This one is already sorry. It will take hours to remove your olfactory residue from my oxygen diffusion membrane. Let us depart, Boobin.
Badass fully. What the hell did that accomplish?
2 things. First, the Vorcha knows we are following it.
Badass fully. And second,
you have demonstrated that you still possess a support of endoskeleton.
Coquettishly. That's right, baby. Tell me your soul name.
It is whatever you wish it to be, Polyp.
Badass fully. What the hell is going on here? Are you sleeping with my sister?
Slumber would be difficult due to the energetic nature of our population.
Badass fully. Damn it. Blasto. That's it. You and me. Outside. Right now.
Coquettishly, please don't hurt him.
This one promises not to harm your brother.
Badass fully. I didn't ask to be partnered with you. Blasto.
No solid waste excrement. You dislike the manner in which this Spectre operates.
Badass fully. No. You're one of the best damn cops I've worked with.
Then what is the difficulty, aside from your sister?
Badass fully. The problem is that I can't work with a partner who doesn't respect me.
This one greatly respects you, but you care more about protocol than stopping the Vorcha.
Badass fully. Doing it by the book is what separates us from them.
Kill you now!
Spawn of questionable parentage. The Vorcha. Get to cover.
Badass fully. Damn it. Blasto. They got me. They got me bad.
No, Boobin. You are too aesthetically displeasing to die.
Badass fully. Promise me you'll get the Vorcha.
They have already perished, though they are currently unaware of it.
Badass fully. No. By the book. Promise me you'll do it. By the book.
This one cannot accede to this request.
Badass fully. Promise me. Damn it. Promise. Translator error. Obstruction in airway.
No.
Me give you money.
Coquettishly, you didn't say anything about attacking my brother.
Brother! Me no pay you! My men kill you instead!
Apologies, but your men had to catch a sky car.
Blasto! How you find me?
By following Boobin's sister. It was obvious she helped your men plan the ambush.
You no kill me! Diplomatic immunity!
Yes. This one made a promise to do it by the book. You may only be killed in self-defense.
You no see my gun, ha!
You are standing on flammable material. This one has no choice but to enkindle this.
Coquettishly, what are you going to do with me?
Nothing. The Vorcha kidnapped you to lure me in. That is all this one saw.
Coquettishly, you don't have to protect me.
No. But your brother needs blood from a family member to survive, and indicted criminals cannot make tissue donations.
Coquettishly, what? Boobin's alive?
Barely, and not for long. So cease talking and get to the hospital.
Coquettishly, thank you, Blasto. Thank you for breaking the rules for me.
Polyp, when has this one ever been concerned with the rules? You do not retire for another 2 solar days, Boobin. Please refrain from sleeping on the job.
Badass fully. What happened?
We got to the Vorcha. By the book.
Blasto! The entire Vorcha embassy burned down. Do you see how my suit is bulging? It's because the Turian counselor is in here with me. Up my cloaca. He's not happy.
Nobody would be happy lodged in your cloaca, Chief.
You're lucky Boobin's sister can testify that you killed him in self-defense. Do you know how much paperwork you're going to have?
My partner can take care of it. He is still restricted to desk duty for health reasons.
Badass fully. Blasto, you son of a...